Hi, I'm Michael Powers, one of the founding partners of Stellar Solar, and we'd like to talk to you today about the campaign that the utility SDG&E is running called When Matters. So the When Matters campaign is really intended to educate customers of SDG&E that the pricing has now changed, so it does matter when you run your electricity because the price is higher during certain times of day. Right now in the summertime between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m., the cost of electricity can actually be up to twice as high, about 56 cents a kilowatt hour versus 28 cents a kilowatt hour, than it is during the normal daytime price. What they're calling time of use pricing is really different because previously the price of electricity was really based on how much you use over a certain period of time. This was called the tiered system. So the first 300 kilowatt hours had one price, and then the next 200, and then above that it would get more expensive. So at the end of the month there was this pricing based on how much electricity you used, and it didn't really matter what time that you use it. That has changed now, and more customers are being migrated over to this time of use pricing, which does have the cheapest power between midnight and 6 a.m. and the most expensive power between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. In the summertime. What are the reasons for the time of use pricing, and why is that important? Well, in the summer afternoons, when there's so much solar right now in California, that around 4 p.m., 5 p.m., as the sun begins to go down, the amount of solar power available goes down, and the utility has to ramp up on a pretty quick basis a lot of additional power because people are coming home from work and turning on their air conditioning and their appliances. Just when the solar is dropping off, that's when the power needs to go up as people come back home. And there's actually a diagram around that called the Duct Curve, where suddenly there's this need to hurry up and ramp up the amount of power available. So that's really the reason why this pricing change has come about. So the real question is, how can solar help? And if you go solar, does when even matter anymore? And our argument is that no, it really doesn't. And we'll tell you why. There's two ways that by going solar, it won't matter what time you decide to use your electricity nearly as much. The first reason is that if you put a few extra panels on your house when you're getting the quote, over 100% of your electricity, that additional electricity that you're producing will begin to offset the additional price. And so that is certainly something that we can talk to you about if you have the room on your roof to do that. The extra electricity, when you sell it back to the power company, it's going to reduce the power and make up for that extra cost that you may have during the day. The other thing that you can do that will make it not matter when you use electricity is to get a battery when you get the solar. The Tesla Powerwall is a great add-on to solar, and what that allows you to do is that between 4 p.m. and 9 p.m. in the summertime, when the utility prices are so high, you can program your battery to power your house so that your home is running off the electricity that you gather during the daytime, filled in the battery, and then from 4 to 9 p.m. when the sun goes down, you can use the battery to power your home using much more inexpensive electricity. And that will also offset the higher cost of electricity between 4 to 9 p.m. So SDG&E says when matter. Not so sure that's true if you go solar. We would say that it certainly doesn't matter as much. There's a lot of different ways to do that. But all it means at the bottom line is that it was always a good time to go solar because solar costs less than the utility does. Now that they're making the price so expensive in the summertime between 4 to 9 p.m., solar is an even better deal. And we'd be more than happy to talk to you about that. Talk to your solar specialist, and we'll show you how the numbers work out. Regardless of when you're going to be using that electricity, we can make sure you get the least expensive electricity for your home and also help fight climate change at the same time and keep the environment clean. We'd love to talk to you about that.